welcome to GCSE Maths Help. Today we're going to be looking at area and volume and the key points you need to know for your exam. Let's get started. In your exam, you're going to be asked to find the surface area and the volume of many different shapes. Double check with your teacher which formulas you need to learn and which ones the examiner will give you. Each exam board is slightly different, so ask before you spend ages learning them all. So let's have a look at some of the shapes you might come across. The area of a circle is pi r squared. The circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. The area of a trapezium is a plus b times a half times h, where a and b are the two parallel lines and h is the height of the trapezium. A prism is a shape that has the same cross-section wherever you cut down the length, so the volume of a prism is the area of the cross-section times the length. A cylinder and a cube are prisms, so the formula for the volume of those shapes is a variation of this formula. The volume of a cylinder is pi r squared times h. The surface area of a cylinder, you have to imagine you're opening up a Pringles tin. The long tube is actually a rectangle that's rolled up and the short sides fit around the circle top and bottom, so they must be the same length as the circumference of a circle. So the total surface area of a cylinder is 2 lots of pi r squared for the circle's top and bottom plus 2 pi r times h. The volume of a cone is a third times pi times r squared times h, which is the perpendicular height. The total surface area of a cone is pi r squared, which is the circle base, plus pi times r times l, which is the curved length. The volume of a sphere is 4/3 times pi times r cubed. The surface area of a sphere is 4 times pi times r squared. The volume of a pyramid is 1/3 times the area of the base times the perpendicular height. Like I say, double check which ones of these formulas you need to learn by heart, because there's no point losing sleep learning them if you're going to be given them in the exam. The ones that you aren't given, unfortunately, you will have to spend the time learning. So let's try a question that uses some of these formulas. A bowl is a hemisphere with radius 6 centimetres. Water fills 2/5 of the volume of the bowl. The water is then poured into a hollow cone. The depth of the water in the cone is 12 centimetres. Work out the radius of the surface of the water in the cone. So the bit that we're looking for is the radius of the cone here. So we've got all the information that we need to find out how much water there was when it was in the bowl, and then we can use that to work out the radius of the surface of the water in the cone afterwards. So the volume of the sphere is 4/3 times pi times 6, which is our r value, cubed. So if we put that into our calculators, that gives us 904.779 centimetres cubed. So that's the volume of the whole sphere, but we've only got a hemisphere here, so the first thing we need to do is divide that by 2 to give us 452.39 centimetres cubed. So that's the volume of the whole hemisphere, but we've been told that the water only fills 2/5 of that. So we need to work out the volume of 1/5 of the bowl and then times it by 2. So 452.39 divided by 5 times 2 is going to give us 180.96 centimetres cubed. So now we know how much water there is, we can now look at the cone. So the volume of the cone is 1/3 times pi times r squared times h. So we're going to work backwards this time. This time we know the volume is 180.96 centimetres cubed, and that is equal to 1/3 times pi times r squared, which we don't know the value of r, times 12. That's the value of h. So now we're going to be able to work out a value for r. So if we divide both sides by 12, we get 15.08 centimetres cubed is equal to 1/3 times pi times r squared. If we divide both sides by 1/3, we get 45.24 centimetres cubed is equal to pi r squared. So then if we divide both sides by pi, we get 14.4 centimetres is equal to r squared. And if we square root both sides, we get r is equal to 3.79 centimetres. I really hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to have some practice at answering exam style questions on this topic, click the link in the bio below. Don't forget to subscribe to GCSE Maths Help with the subscribe button below, or you can check out my Instagram page at GCSE Maths Help for more videos and tips. Thanks for watching.